Something under the bed. All right. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of There's Something Under the Bed podcast. I am one of your hosts, Hernandez. We also have
Marky and Obi.
We're going to be finishing up our part 2 episode of Horror vs. Horrible. How was your guys this week? How was everything?
It was a really good week. Work, same stuff. Watched a little bit of horror movies this week.
What were some of the ones you watched?
What did I watch this week? I was watching a series. What the hell it's called? I can't even remember, but if I look at my Netflix, I will. Oh, I was watching American Horror Stories. Not the little mini episodes.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of rewatching it. But I did watch the newest episode of American Horror Story that just came out this week. I'm kind of like... I didn't like the last season so much of that, like the series. So I'm kind of just like Kim Kardashian almost throws me. Yeah. Is she good though? Is she actually like? She's a good actress. You know
I knew she's a good actress.
She knows how to play a manager, a momager, a momager.
She's a great actress.
That essentially, wrong one, Hernandez. She's a really good actress. It's really good. I'm kind of anticipating how they're going to really go about this because they have such a strong cast. They have Emma Roberts as well and Carla Delevingne, I think maybe. Yeah. Oh. So they have good actresses there. So I don't know really. It has to do something with being pregnant. So I'm not sure where they're going about this one. So it's good. That's pretty much all I watched this week.
Okay.
This week, I didn't watch any new horror movies. I've been trying... I watched MasterChef. I've been trying to on it because they're taking it off of Hulu on Monday, and I'm only on season 3. So I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
But as far as horror movies, if I watched anything new, no. Definitely repeats. I definitely rewatched the Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. But I haven't, nothing new to report.
I think there's nothing wrong with rewatching the other ones. You know, I constantly put myself under, like, not pressure, but like, John, you need to watch a new one, you need to watch it now. Yeah. Sometimes I'll like stop myself from watching one that I've seen because like, you didn't finish that one, dude, go back and watch that one. But that's just a dumb thing that I put myself under. But I watched Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Dream Masters, and Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Dream Child. I never saw those ones before. The order that I watched the Nightmare on Elm Street when I first introduced them was completely ridiculous. I watched Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That was the first Nightmare on Elm Street I ever watched.
Right.
I never watched
One of my favorite.
It is my favorite. It's my favorite.
That like we have that, and then like the first ones, which I think it all has to do with the graphics and the cast and everything.
So many people, a lot of people actually didn't like Freddy's new look, and I never understood that. Like the character changing, when movies going on, like we got to change it a little, and I think Wes Craven wanted to do that because this was supposed to be real Freddy. The previous 6 films were Nightmare on Elm Street, the movie. It's all the movie. That's what I love so much about it. So then it's like, no, but now this is a different Freddy. This is an embodiment of Freddy. It's actually not Freddy, so that makes sense that he's a little different. But no, anyway, yeah, that was the first one I saw. But yeah, I watched Dream Master and Dream Child. Do I recommend those? Yeah, because they're fun. Are they good? No, God, no, hell no.
I think that you should watch the entire series of the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Absolutely.
They're not all winners.
Yeah.
They're not all winners, but I think you should watch. I love Freddy Krueger. I think he's so funny. He brings a whole, he's a great...
It's a different type of scare. It's not the in-your-face slasher. This is like going through your dreams. This is way different than the normal.
Yeah. I like the dream killers are always so fun for the most. I agree with Mark 100%. Nightmare on Elm Street, check them out for sure. And I saw them this Italian horror movie, which I didn't know was a dub. It's called Deep Red, 1975. I loved it. I was talking to Chin about it before. They have their own theme song, and it's no words, and I love it. It's very 70s bass line. It's almost kind of like a noir film, but there is some good kills in it, and it's you don't know what's going on. It's a whodunit, but it is technically a horror. And I actually enjoy it. The Italians, they do good shit. Obviously, we know Japanese. There's other countries that know how to do horror, and I definitely recommend Deep Red and checking out other Italian horror movies for sure. Absolutely 100%. But
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen an Italian horror movie.
There's another one that it's called Demons. It's about a group of people that go to like this theater, and one of them gets possessed by a demon, and it's like a bunch of people, and they're just running around the theater, killing each other, and it's like super intense.
All subtitles.
I saw it, they do offer subtitles, but the one I saw, it was dubbed over. But wow, 1975. The dub was excellent.
Really?
I couldn't believe how fantastic they did. And that's just to show you, dubs can work if you put in the work. Special effects can work if you put in the work. All that shit is used to help tell the story, but if you half-ass it, you're gonna have that Henry Cavill mustache fiasco. In Justice League. I know he's not really Superman, but you don't have to be so upfront about it. Like, let me live in that lie that he's actually Superman. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. That's fine. But anyway, So, horrible. It's part 2. We're gonna just jump into it right away. My last horror was The Grudge. Speaking of Japanese horror films, I actually, unfortunately, I apologize to say this, I never saw the entirety of the original Japanese version of it. I just saw clips. It does look scary as hell. But as far as the American version, 2003, I'd say that because they did reboot it in 2020. I didn't know that.
They did, didn't they?
They rebooted it in 2020.
Yeah, okay.
But I heard bad things about it, but I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, I haven't.
But Grudge 2003, I thought it was excellent. It freaked me out. I loved that little mouth thing that she would do, like the voice. And I used to call up people. I used to pray them.
Yeah, so you remember doing that?
I do. Oh, you did it too. Okay, thank God.
It's not the back of my throat's not.
Oh, I know how to work the back of my throat. Oh, yeah, I know how to work.
Go ahead, Mark.
That's so bad. No, I used to do prank my family members and friends with that because it was super. That was the thing I walked away most with, like hearing that noise, like just meant there is something bad's gonna happen. I also liked about the film. There would be a question like, well, what happened here? And then like the next scene, it would kind of go back in time a week or two, and you would see the scene play out, and it answered the question rather than like, oh yeah, she died 2 weeks ago, tragic, weird, must have been an accident. They actually show you, and they show it in a way. Sometimes I don't like, I'm sure you guys feel the same. Sometimes when they jump throughout a film, it's like, it's too jarring, blah, blah, blah. But I thought they did it excellently with The Grudge. I liked the rules, like just don't go in the house. Yeah. It's your classic horror house. Just don't go in the house, and you're fine. The problem is it's such a nice house. It's Japan. They don't have a lot of space.
That's a good question. Why do all horror houses are like nice houses, mansions, and like things that you want to go into?
I think it's like it's a. Oh, go ahead.
I think maybe like a false security. Like this, look at this beautiful house. I'm gonna be safe here, and it's just like.
You never know what's on the inside. I think they do that. They mirror that with people.
You don't see like trailer parks.
Don't go to that. I've never been in a haunted trailer park.
I never, not a haunted one.
Any trailer park is haunted.
I don't know about the bodies that are buried under trailer parks. Because it's practically the desert. That's where they used to bury, the wise guys used to bury bodies in the desert. Mm-hmm. We have trailer parks. But yeah, no, it's I think that's what it is. It's like they think we're like a person, It's like like Norman Bates in American Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like almost godlike looking. He's perfect. His hair, his skin, and then it's like he is deeply disturbed, deeply scary, deeply messed up. I think that's what it is. It's like a horror movie. Like even Rose Red. We talked about Rose Red in our previous episode. It is this beautiful man, like I wouldn't even call it a man, it's like an estate. It's gorgeous. and it is a total hellscape. It's a hellscape. You don't want to go anywhere near that. Just like the Overlook Hotel. Me and Chris always talk about when we see Shining. It's like, God, I'd love to be there. It's like, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Yeah, so that's The Grudge is fantastic. Excellent acting. It's dark for sure, especially because I know I mentioned it. It's hard to do a horror movie PG-13. It's hard. I think the only thing you can kind of get away with is a haunted house or like ghost, because it's not super bloody, but it's PG-13 and it is scary. It doesn't really matter. It is absolutely scary.
Yeah.
And I recommend it 100%.
So the lead actress in that movie, Sarah Michelle Gellar, right? She's amazing.
Pretty good.
But she's been pretty consistent in her horror movies too, because she was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes.
And TV shows. She was in Buffy.
Oh yeah, she was Buffy.
I just keep resorting back to Scooby Doo, so maybe.
She was great as a kid. Yeah.
Still keep it with that. Yeah.
She's definitely someone who's put in the time for sure.
Yeah.
She's definitely another kind of thriller / horror movie called The Return. Did you guys ever see that one?
I have.
That one has to do with like something happened to her when she was younger, and she's going back to her hometown. There's just like a lot of old skeletons in there, and she played it so good. She's really haunted in it, and that's when I was like, oh, she can act. She's not just like a Scream, like she's good. She can act.
She's also in Scream 2. She gets thrown off the balcony.
Well, Kiki, what's her name?
Is it Kiki?
No, it's something like that. Trixie?
It is Kiki, but I think her name's like Casey, but they call her Kiki.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Remember, you find out
off, like,
the first one. The killer was trying to use the same names. Let's not get onto this because I love Scream 2. Scream 2 is my favorite.
I always end up Scream.
No. Scream is...
I have to educate myself. This story, like, I don't know the hell she's really talking about. Like, I know who the killer is. I know the synopsis of the whole thing, but I never actually in-depth watched them. And then now I'm it's not that bad. Yeah. I think a lot of like high-name actors said that. Even like the newer ones, like Hayden Panettiere, whatever.
Yeah, Hayden Panettiere.
I didn't know she was in one. I know what's her face, the other one from Wednesday. I keep forgetting her name.
Oh yeah,
she was in the last
one too, and I was like, wow, okay.
And isn't it a coincidence that the last two kind of sucked?
They were actually. I didn't.
The fifth one was okay. The fifth one was okay. I just thought it was unnecessary. I didn't think. Spoiler alert: they didn't need to kill Dewey. Especially when you have Gale Weathers, who survived the sixth one as well. Another spoiler alert. Why does she get to live and Dewey does not? Makes no sense. Just you. The
amount that time that man has been stabbed, like he's gotta die at some point.
No,
he's got.
That's but they've already established that he cannot die by the knife. So I'm sorry, Obi. I agree with you. It's kind of soon, but the complaint's old. It's about 3 films too old. 3 films too old. I'm sorry. I agree with you, but
getting off track.
Grudge is good. Excellent. Ted Raimi is in it. He is the guy who's setting up the new caretaker for the elderly woman that lives in the haunted house, who lives she doesn't live super long in it, but she lives a lot longer. I guess it's because the ghost is feeding off her somewhere. She's like she's played excellently. I wish I knew the actress' name. I'm so sorry, but she just kind of has this blank stare. Yeah. She's like kind of catatonic, and the first girl, Suki, she's taking care of her, then she disappears, and then you see her again, and her jaw is missing. PG-13, I don't know how I got away with it, but like when you reveal that, it's like, anyway, Ted Raimi's in that scene. Ted Raimi's brother, Sam Raimi, the classic, horror they did Evil Dead. Yeah, there's just a lot of, you could tell that movie is, the people who made it, they love horror. Yeah. And you can always tell in the movie, even though it was a remake of the Japanese, they did it right. I think they did
a great job. I liked The Grudge. I was wondering what goes like through people's minds, like, yeah, that jaw seems gonna be epic. That's where you're like, where do you get in your mind to get to that?
That's their mindset. It's like, wait till you see.
I want to be in a room when like this is being created, just to see like what ideas or where you're pulling it from. I think a lot of probably from like real world crimes. Not that I can think of like somebody's job room.
Inspiration. Oh, I'm sure there's definitely cases.
Yeah.
I hate to bring him up again, but Wes Craven, he does that with his films. He talks about it all the time, how he, like, will see this story in the media, and, like, that's how he came up with the idea of A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so, I think they use a bunch of
Ed Gein, who I think his body count was only 2. One definitely confirmed, but I think Ed Gein only really killed 2 people, but he inspired 3 movies.
Yeah.
Leatherface, I think, I can't remember, oh, man, I feel so dumb, but definitely Leatherface because he was a grave robber. So when the cops finally came on them, there was all these body parts and everything like that, and he wore the face of his mother. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the inspirations to Leatherface. And I think it was Psycho. Psycho was another that Hitchcock took inspiration to Ed Gein because Norman Bates keeps the corpse of his mother in her room. That was another thing that Ed Gein did. He loved his mom, but there was a little bit of hate in there.
Yeah,
he wanted her weird. It was weird. So that's why he dug up his mom. His mom's corpse was in the house. So another inspiration right there, Psycho. But yeah, obviously Grudge was fantastic. Highly recommended. It's definitely a film that I'm like, what's a good horror movie? The Grudge. So Mark, what was your final horror?
My final horror I picked was Drag Me to Hell.
Another Sam Raimi. Another Sam Raimi.
No, like Drag Me to Hell. I like the acting. I like the ending.
But I feel like I didn't like throughout the film, like, it's just a lot.
Because of the journey, she's trying to save herself.
It's probably the actress too, because she's really known for like funny movies, right? Because it's, if I'm thinking.
I guess so. You're saying, but I get what you're saying. Like, you're saying like she just the face was too like. Yeah. And to your face, I think joy, but maybe that's why they picked her. She's a joyous face.
I think she did great.
Oh, I thought she did good.
She's trying to move up in her career. She denied the old lady extension on her loan, and she was cursed. She was gonna go to hell.
My only problem was that girl.
She was pet.
When she's in her car, like when she's sitting,
so you find that she has family, and they all don't have milky eyes like she does. That the Romani woman has milky eyes. She has a couple of gold tattoos. She just doesn't look very appealing. But you find out she has a totally normal-looking family. So I mean, yeah, it stinks she lost the house, but I don't know. I don't think when you say like she's in the car right away when she was willing to like be in someone's car and curse them to go to hell for this, I don't think you're a good person over this. What happened to just slashing the tires and bashing on the window?
I would feel so bad. Like if I were in the main character's shoes, I would have given her the extension. So I know I wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the problem.
To go to hell.
That's the problem.
But you know, she had I think that part is too big. I wouldn't have been able to turn this whole lady away. Like, I got you. I'm the extension, bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, okay, it never comes a thing. She's like, sure.
The problem is, I love pie. This is great. As much as you want. Gosh, please, thank you.
They better have my money.
I think I agree with her. It is like, well, this is business and situation, but the problem is she technically had the approval to give her one more extension.
Yeah.
That was the thing that kind of rolled her back. But it only go back to like, she should have done that.
But she was wanted her extension. Would she really have the money at her birthday?
No, but then I think the argument would be weaker then. Like, no, hey, we tried to help you, ma'am. I tried to give you another 30 days. You couldn't. What's the problem? My hands are tied. Because that's what she said. She's like, we're just not in the cards. It was in the cards, though. So give it 30 more days, and then we got a different movie. But that's the point of the movie.
So
that's not. Marky said it perfectly. She's trying to prove to her boss that she can make hard decisions. For some different reason, she doesn't just want to change careers. Justin Long, her sweet, perfect boyfriend, is also a doctor. So, like, you don't care about it.
If my, boyfriend, hopefully soon-to-be husband, was a doctor, I wouldn't work. I'd stay home. I don't like to work.
I did not think that's what you were going to say.
I was happy on position, and then I quit.
Or like, you want me to kick up this old lady? Pass, and we'll work at the yogurt store. I thought you were going to say,
big pictures. So Justin Long is in this movie, and he's in a lot of horror movies.
He loves the horror genre. I think he's perfect for it, too.
He's
Cheapers Creepers. Yeah, I remember that.
He's gonna be in the new Goosebumps series.
He is a Scream. Did I have terms for the gentleman? Scream King?
Scream King.
No, that's not it.
That's not it.
No, I don't know.
I guess he's just
a yellow fella.
a yellow fellow. Oh my god, that's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt.
Shirts, right?
That's one of them.
Yes, Scream King's yellow fella.
Yellow fellow. Alright, fine. I can put Scream Queen stuff. The character and the actresses, but yeah, Dragging to Hell. I mean, the practical effects are really good too. Like when the goat gets possessed, trippy. Or when the old lady, like she sees a lid and she throws up in her mouth. I was watching a video and like they really put that actress. I know you were like, oh, she's so sweet, she's over the car. Yeah. But she was a willing participant. They let her throw bugs and throw up. All the scene, you see all the goo from the they put that girl through hell. Because it was like, they know a real horror director knows. Special effects.
Do it, go ahead.
Dead flies? They're dead though, right? You pour it in my mouth.
Go for it.
No, she really went, she gave 100% to that portrayal, and you can tell,
So the button was cursed. On her jacket and that was what was cursed. So she had to get it and destroy it so she won't go to hell. They grabbed the wrong envelope that had the button in it.
I thought there was something weird about the tins. It went too well. Everything went too well.
Yeah, and then
I love the ending personally. I love the fact that she still went to hell.
Technically,
and you just see Justin Long like dramatic, than the world. Yeah.
That's why I'm inheriting sinkholes.
Sinkholes are very scary. They're not real. No, I couldn't agree more. That scene where it's like, hey, that Justin Long, that boyish, cute smile. It's like, I think it left his hair. It's like, Justin, what do you? I know you two have. And when she goes back, she falls back in that scene. It's like when we talked about special effects. As long as it's done right, like that scene is what I think hell looks like. Opening up and dragging her down. There's arms and stuff, and the fear. When he just, he doesn't blink. He's just the fear. Yeah. He just sells it, and that scene, the tear. That
tear was a paid actor.
Good. That's good.
That's what she said.
He's actually pretty old. He was in Lost Boys too. That tier. Kiefer Sutherland. Same tier.
I already played out Hollywood with Sutherland. What's it? I remember.
I'm trying to remember a single tier, but I couldn't, so it sucks. It would have been nice to do another one. Dragging to Hell. It's an obviously classic.
Yeah.
I recommend it. I assume you do too.
It's not there, but watch it. Definitely. It's different. It's good. We like that.
You said like that ending. It's like sometimes I'm always saying like it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Exactly.
They kind of finish.
And it did. It's like it builds up and it gives you a lot of twists and turns. You know what I mean? Because you really think she's gonna. Yeah,
he's working her ass off
trying to get back to the house, you know what I mean? And to go through all that with everything, and
I love a good horror movie that doesn't always have a happy ending. I love a good, like,
good word.
yeah, it's so
I strongly disagree. I think
You're all was dramatic too.
all 90 minutes can be death and dark and destruction, as long as that last little bit is the sun rising and the two survivors hold hands and get breakfast. That's still 90 minutes of pure blood, horror, screaming, even like kids getting hurt. It's like, oh, but at the end, as long as it's like, that was a hell of a ride. Let's go.
I noticed a lot of my favorite horror movies have that ending that it's not good.
It's not good to me.
Not good of the protagonist.
Yeah. No.
I prefer, you know what, I apologize. I prefer a good ending, but I don't mind an ambiguous ending.
Okay.
Like the ending of Thing. Kurt Russell and Keith David, they live, but there's always that talk, like, is Keith David, is he an alien? Is he an alien? Also, the camp's on fire, they're gonna die probably, but maybe they're not, because we don't see them die. Ambiguous. Let's just leave it ambiguous. Maybe she did go to hell. Saw her on fire and screams. Maybe she didn't. But no. I just enjoyed it. No, I shouldn't have mentioned that.
It's a little vacation from her.
No, Drag Me to Hell, actually, I apologize. That is a movie I think that executed a bad ending very well. Not a bad ending, but like a not good ending. They nailed it. So I shouldn't have said Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell, I think you need that ending. It's the period. It's the exclamation point at the end of Drag Me to Hell.
Always give the extension or you're going to go to hell.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the
If you can give it, give it. Because that's what we're all about. We're in this together.
Alright, so my like horror that I chose was Get Out. You know, we like it. Chris, we like it. Remember, we like it.
We like it.
Miss Bradford text message. We like it.
Oh yeah, I thought we were texting. I don't mean to cut you off. We were texting about what the next year horror was, and you said I think you said horrible.
Yeah.
An accident. It was an accident.
She did.
You said Get Out, and I was like,
I was flattered. You're sure? I was like, okay. We'll give you that.
yeah, I double took. That's why we texted back immediately. Like, you don't have to love or even like Get Out, but to say it's horrible is
it's not. I wouldn't even consider it like terrifying. It's not that. It's very like twist turning. Like I did not expect that's what they were doing. Like, and you know, it's crazy and it's a little like, oh wow, like you really thought about this and how like you felt that this is how people were gonna like almost body switch it. What's that movie, Invasion of the Body?
You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Because they're acting differently.
And it's psychological, you're getting in your head. Like I said, where it comes from because like these are real. I think there's hypnosis. There's all that stuff that can get you in a deep. Because like, I don't know if you've ever been like hypnotized or like in therapy where they're trying to get you to relax, like in actually deep sedation and peace than I have, and it's terrifying because it's almost like a bad dream. What's it? Is it not? It's not paralysis. Is it like where you at night where you're? It's like that. Like, have you ever experienced that where you're awake but you're not moving, and that's terrifying to me. Even my dreams too, it's terrifying. So that's where my worry. But like as far as like fear, jumping out. No, I didn't experience that, but it was definitely like interesting how everything turned out.
Yeah. I think was it the scene that they made into like a challenge where he throws it out?
It's so random and subtle. You're almost that's actually kind of like what's going on? Yeah.
Like right outside. I'm surprised you didn't move. I would fight.
No, I mean, you guys have maybe quicker on your feet or in that situation, you'll handle it better. I think I would do the exact same, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't move because you're thinking to yourself, he's not going to hit me, he's not going to run into me.
People running in one direction, but are you moving up?
No.
So something's going on.
They're after me, they found the tapes or something, I don't know. But a single person, it's like, wow, he's fast. It's like, oh, he's it's like, wow, my mindset is, oh wow, this guy can move. He's booking it. Look how he's gonna whip up. He's gonna hit. Oh, he hit me last minute. Okay, I'm sorry. So if he was gonna hit me, he'd hit me off my ass for sure, because I'm just mesmerized by like this guy, the focus that he has. But yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Obi. It's a lot of things. It's the hypnosis. It's like he's in it. It's like being alone with yourself almost. That's what it's like. They're really in his head, and they make him the sinking scene where he sings. Oh my goodness! I mean, Jordan Peele, who I love. Normally it's like you think comedic, because I used to watch him with Smokey, and we used to watch Mad TV. Mm-hmm. We were SNL guys. When we were younger, we were Mad TV.
He was Mad TV.
There was a lot of great comedians, female and male, in Mad TV. I still love Mad TV, and then he did the Key and Peele show, and it's just like that's what you think. And then he starts doing all these really good horror movies, and I think it's like what you said. It's like, is it scary? No, it's not like jump out of your seat scary, but it is thought provoking. It's suspenseful. You're constantly like, what's going to happen next? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? He gets you thinking so much in that movie. It's like what you said. Like, is this a body snatch? What's this? You're constantly.
We got you on this.
Yeah, it's like you realize,
oh, this is a thing in your family, and
Jordan Peele is
the fucking kid's at the top, and he's like,
where's the scene where he's like, get the keys, and then she's like going through them, and she's crying, and she's like, I can't find them, and you really think, holy shit, she's on his side, like she doesn't know what's going on, and then she's like, where are the keys, and then she's just
amazing moment. He like that. Actresses were good. Even like I feel that's even hard to portray, like the dynamic,
the duality.
You know what I mean?
He's hiding something, but you don't know. You don't think she's hiding.
And you don't think the whole time. Gosh, poor girl. Like, you don't know your family.
She's a problem for her dad. If I could have had a mom in there, I would have done it. It's like, that is the perfect thing I get. Because Jordan's a black man. Oh, God. And he's like, I'm so sorry, honey. My parents, they start trying to tell you, it's not that they're bad, it's just when you bring a black man home, things are going to...
No, I really like that.
That was fantastic.
I like a lot of the things, because it's almost like the same dynamics as most of his movies. And
So, that was his first horror movie to come out. And to have to live up, like, think about that movie was so good, everybody loved it, critics loved it, like, and now you're going to come out with another one, you're like, it has to be just as good or better. Like, you went, like, you hit a home run right away, not every single one. It's like that pressure.
No, it's good. I think there's something wrong with that, because I think he cares about horror, he loves horror, he's a genius. And I'm not, John Carpenter's, I think, my favorite. Mm-hmm. I really like, I recently discovered that it's almost a tie, three-way tie, but he's a huge John Carpenter fan. He thinks he's number one, and I technically agree with John Carpenter. He's the best, and he's a huge fan. It's just, you could just tell he's not going to mess it up. So I definitely understand what you're saying. It's like, wow, first one, you nailed it, and then he's like, he did Us, and then no. But I haven't seen Us, but I heard nothing but good things about Us. I just
seen Us.
I want to. It's just, it was one of those things where
it's a really good, like you said, it's that twist and turn. You don't really think about it, and then a lot of the stuff is revealing in the end. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not.
No, and I just recently found Nope, and it was just So I want to check out Us. I'm gonna check that out.
Oh, I think I've got it all figured out. Just like in Get Out, it's like, it's just a family. It's a group of people. You think it's just like the older of the family, because and then you realize, oh no, they're all into it. Like, this is this is a thing.
I think all of these three films, and I think he did Candyman too. He's the one who did Candyman, the remake of Candyman, which is actually not a remake.
I haven't seen it though.
I need to see it.
The main actor, he's still in there.
Well, because it's not really a remake.
I don't think it's a remake. I haven't watched it yet either. I should watch that.
I just saw the original last year, and the original was fantastic. No, but anyway, he's not going to have an issue. I think he might be one of those guys that might walk away from the game with just he nailed. He's not like old, but you never know. He might only want to do one or two because he's got the money now. Yeah. He's got the fame. He's like kind of a chill guy. I don't think he even drives any, because I remember he was on a podcast with Bobby Lee, and he's like, I don't even have a driver's license. His wife drives. He takes Ubers. He doesn't even have a driver's license because he's like, he loves that weed, respect, and he's just really chill guy. But anyway, Get Out. Yeah, I couldn't agree.
That's great pick.
That is another one where I definitely was like, someone would ask me like, what's a good horror movie? Get Out. Did you see Get Out yet? Because it's, and one of what I think makes it also elevated is it's new. Yeah. Because me, I like the older ones better. I love older movies. I love older movies.
But like for me now, it's the effects and stuff like that.
No, I get it.
I watch bad effects and
yeah, I get it.
Sometimes it's nice. Like
the problem is so many newer movies are just awful. Yeah. So I can't help but go back and think, well, the older ones. But Get Out is definitely not one of them. Get Out is a newer movie, 2018, and it is excellent. And yeah, I couldn't agree more, Obi. That's a hell of a film. Definitely recommend that one. And if we're moving on, my last horrible was, and this is hard to say, but Cursed, which was directed by Wes Craven. And Marquis.
When I was given this list of his horrible, and I'm like, this is so interesting because he picked 3 great movies and 1 shitty one. And I'm like, so I guess he's going to pick The Hatchet as his horrible. But he did not. He picked Cursed, and I liked Cursed.
Listen,
I thought it was so good, and it was so like. Did you?
No.
I didn't. No.
I am so happy because there's something like. He's not gonna like. She's not gonna.
I didn't like shit. So it was funny. It was
too funny. I'm going to say that. That was one of the problems. It was too funny. I think it kept taking me out of it. Like, are we watching a high school movie where this nerd, there's a lot of movie where this high school nerd who's like becoming more confident in himself. It's like, yeah, I guess, but it's also like he's becoming a werewolf too. He's going to kill people.
And
then, of course, classic 2007, homophobia. A lot of homophobia in that movie. They throw that F word a lot.
This movie, I do feel like they just did try to add everything. It was stereotypical. Yeah, well, because they were trying to gauge like a teen homophobia. Like they make the bad, like his
nemesis is a homophobe.
But he's a closeted gay man. And it was just,
that doesn't belong in a horror.
Why would you do that? Like, I'm not even going to get my eyes.
So, yeah, for me, it was, the problem was, here's the main problem. When I first saw it with my sister, we were like 14 or 15, and, maybe even like 16, but I loved it. We loved the funny.
Yeah.
We loved the high school drama because we were in high school. Yeah. I mean, it became a trope. Like, it became like a thing where it's like watching Cursed again. It was like our summer movie. We watched it like a bunch of times, and then the next summer I think we watched a bunch of times. I've seen that movie a lot. I did rewatch it because sometimes it's like you just want to taste it one last time and get a real good honest.
So when did it become horrible?
This last time. Maybe this last time.
I skipped 2 summers watching it. It's like, for its time, it was a good horror movie for its time. But
I feel like
I get it today, though.
The problem was
this movie would not be on my favorite.
No, it's not.
I like it, but I'm not.
Is it nostalgic enough for you?
I think it is nostalgic because I even wrote in here. I'm like, Bullet Pursuit. It opens with Bullet.
No. You're right. That is so cool.
It's so cool. And then you have all of these actors who I like. You know, you have Christina Ricci, and then Joshua Jackson, Judy Greer.
Love Joshua Jackson.
And Pacey has my heart. So like Joshua Jackson.
Let's take He's got the scrub. I'm like, this is a dream fucker.
And I was like, it's a predictable movie, you know. It's gonna die. You know who's gonna die. It's gonna get ripped off. Yeah. But I love Judy Greer in like anything. I think she played any role.
She nailed it.
So, and she really did.
She's so mean, but she's funny at the same time. She's got her shit together, and it's like, because like you said, that was the only thing that wasn't that predictable. Because like you knew Jake, the mysterious, 2 buttons undone shirt. Everyone likes him. Everyone wants him. He's a werewolf. He's a werewolf. He's a werewolf. Julie Britt coming out and it's like, oh, she's also a werewolf, and she's actually okay.
I see you.
Mark, everything good about this movie is because of Wes Craven. The studio walked in, Dimension Studio. I know they also did Scream and did other things. The studio went in there and really bent him over the table. And they cut a lot of things out. They made he wanted, because you see some of it is practical.
Yeah.
You see the wolf, but then there's a lot of it that is CGI. Like when the wolf, there's a scene in the movies near the end where they're trying to get the werewolf to come out. So how would you think you would do that? Start insulting her. Wait, werewolf? That's not what werewolves. Werewolves are animals that are bloodthirsty, but they start calling her. They say she has bad skin and she has a bony ass, and they start mocking her, and then the werewolf comes out and she's like, bitch, and she flips them off. That was the night. That was the last straw. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is so
It's like almost like a scary movie.
Yeah, totally. Nah. So you just saw her become like the good werewolf. I didn't mind the metamorphosis where she gets all her bones are cracking, but she still has this. She still can do the fingers.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. No. Yeah. No.
No, I get. I mean, I think that it's probably. I like it because of the nostalgia of it. It's like it was a 2000s movie, and I love Bowling for Soup.
I'm sure it was not maybe made to be specific.
That's what I'm saying. The studio made it into a school. Wes Craven was like, I want to make a classic werewolf movie, but modern time. And I feel bad for him because this is not the first film that they did to him, and that's just how it is.
He talks about that a lot,
because he's got the mind. He knows when he's talking about horror-wise. It's just studio wants to come. It's like, oh, we did it. A test group said they didn't like this, or a test group said they want more of this. Can you write in this? And it's like, God, that's what it always comes down to. They really, and when it first came out, because if you watch it now, I don't know what streaming services you guys watch it on. It says PG-13, but the version that was on there was the unrated version, because PG-13 would always say the F word once. They say fuck a whole lot of times in that movie, even though the rating still shows PG-13, because when it first came out in theaters, it was PG-13, no swearing practically, the blood was to a minimum. I think that's what people also didn't like about it. It's like, well, how can a werewolf kill someone without there being no blood? Blood, number one, but werewolves rip people apart. That's an incident. So that's when it came out, it was a flop. When opening weekend, it was a flop. It was a flop. But then they came with the unrated version, and it kind of saved it a little bit. But I think the damage was done at that point. But that's just my opinion.
everyone's entitled to it.
Everyone's entitled to it, including.
It's not a goodness.
I would consider, like I said, I would consider it a favorite of mine. It's not even fair.
Would you recommend it though?
I think people should.
I think they should. Don't waste your time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you like the nostalgia of it, go ahead.
Yeah.
But if you don't want
you're having people come over, you guys are making Halloween treats, or you're having pizza and it's around Halloween time.
It's not.
You want to put them in the background? Curse. Put Curse on in the background. In the background.
No.
Oh, really?
I remember it's a Game of Thrones soundtrack with no noise.
That's hey, Obi's allowed. But I'm gonna go with Mark. I do recommend that you check it out at least once. Maybe you'll like the terrible special effects. Maybe you'll like how funny it is. Because they really pumped in comedy, and I like comedy, but it's delicate.
Yeah.
It's a delicate, But yeah, that was my last horrible. I mean, it's just my opinion. Obviously, if I recommend it, technically, how horrible do I really think it is? But I'll shit on it for another 20 minutes if we had the time.
No.
Yeah.
Mark, what was your last horrible?
My last horrible was Darkness Falls.
Oh.
My
She said, it's so good. No, it's not.
boyfriend likes that movie too. He actually wrote it that I put it on I just, they really were like, oh, let's make a horror movie about the Tooth Fairy, and it was just not. It only can only get you if it's dark, so you have to stay in the light. I don't know.
The rules are weird. It's like, I thought it's only allowed to go after the kids that if you look at them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, she's going to grab that last tooth, be careful, keep it. And I liked it. It was like, okay, that's kind of a weird thing to tell a kid, but alright, don't look at her. And that was the problem. The main character looks at her and then it kills his mom. But why does it kill his mom? The mom, I guess because it's like the mom looked at it, but she wasn't there for the mom's teeth. Right away off the bat, I'm confused. What was
But I feel like that's you don't want my mom to the kids. Here.
No. I agree. Right, but that's so basically, if you look at her, no matter how old you are, even though she didn't just take your last baby tooth, you're dead.
I'm assuming now that's the rule.
No, I guess you're right. I just. It was confusing off the bat. It's
They
confusing.
didn't really explain like how that works.
I feel like it'd be too because you already have your idea of the Tooth Fairy, and this is their version, I guess, of the Tooth Fairy.
Their version, but Tooth Fairy deals with kids only. So why are so many adults dropping?
You know,
It's a same
fallout. You guys.
I think that's the number one fallout. Adult teeth do fall out, but you know.
No, I like it because there's not that many Tooth Fairy movies. I think that's really it, right?
There's one they made one in the 70s, and then they rebooted it with Katie Holmes. And I can't remember the name of it.
But it's like the Tooth Fairy with the rock. No, yeah.
Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah,
That's pretty scary.
Isn't that
I have never seen that. I never will.
Are you a monster? It's football.
I've never seen it either.
No.
I've seen it. Even like the title Darkness Falls, you don't really think it's about the Tooth Fairy, you know? Yeah. She at the top. I mean, I like it. I'm not saying I'm afraid of the dark, but like I said, for me, it's just, you know, they'll stay out of it. It's hard. It's inevitable to be sometimes staying in the light, like the efforts they have to go through. I say watch it once, you know, just.
I'm gonna say, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. There's a scene where he's getting all these flashlights and batteries, like he's getting ready for war, and he's like, it's been 10 years, right? I think since when the last time he was there, he was in the 20s. He lived it. He survived that long. No way. I don't believe that, because when you go to the police station, the scene in the police station where the lights are out, everything, like, she just lays waste to everyone, but he's able to figure out he's in the last glimmer of the I don't know. It seems silly. It's ridiculous.
Too much. It's too much.
The CGI is ridiculous in that final scene where he's fighting her in the White House. Oh, God. That's
so White House.
Yeah.
A sword. It's so smart.
It's really on the nose if you think about it almost. But yeah, I get what you're saying. White House, Ronald White, that's how you fight?
Like the White House, things to go through and get safety and
The problem with the White House is there's a whole side portion and back portion with no light. So it's like a hell of an idea, but like there's that split second where it's like, we're in the dark now.
Exactly. No, I like it. You know, like I said, initially when I heard Darkness Falls, I didn't know it was going to be about Tooth Fairy, but I didn't watch it because I know.
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark is the about Tooth Fairies.
Oh, Cursed or Darkness Falls.
Cursed or Darkness Falls?
Yeah.
Which one would I pick?
Yeah.
Cursed.
Oh, you guys are terrible human beings.
Cursed. I would watch Cursed every day for 7 days in a row. Then watch the trailer. They launched the trail of Darkness
Two
Falls.
summers, Hernandez.
2 summers with memories and laughs and good times. I think
It was worth it. At the time, it was worth
it
it.
was worth it. Darkness Falls, I watched it as an adult, too. That was maybe the problem.
Yeah.
When did you first watch Darkness Falls?
Oh my god.
Maybe when it first came out.
Yeah, so I was
Young.
Have you watched it recently?
no.
Maybe you should.
Maybe.
And maybe you should. But
Because me and Mark saw this recently.
Yeah, I'll watch it. You know, my opinion, it'll still be the same.
Oh, I can't wait for you to be like, guys, I'm so sorry.
Let's do a mess.
Don't bring it up. It's not even going to say, don't want to curse. Do anything I want to.
what was your last one?
Oh my god, I forgot.
Oh, and then it changed your clause.
Yeah.
The remake 2007. Again, all these, and that was the time for these horror movies.
Shitty horror movies. No,
They were all coming out, yeah.
So when is Stranger Calls? I don't know why that's something. For some reason, I thought it was something else. But when is Stranger Calls the remake? I just didn't like it at all. I didn't like not seeing the killer. I did not.
Very end.
2006. Sorry, pretty much 2006.
Exactly.
He's in Sons of Anarchy.
He's that guy. He has that scar. He's been acting. He was in Gladiator. He was with the partner. Good answer.
Like the whole dynamic storyline and everything. It's just not. I feel like they could have done better with it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's almost like she's all late to everything. Like the death. Like you told me you didn't hear this woman die all in here, and like.
The house.
You didn't watch the original one.
I have not watched the original. Yeah.
So they changed a lot.
Okay.
A lot. In the original one, the kids die. It all happens in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So the movie that you saw, we all saw unfortunately, in 2006, the whole movie is that night where she's babysitting.
Yeah.
In the original, it's just the first 15-20 minutes. So I think that's smarter because the tension that we sort of feel sometimes in the remake goes away because her friend comes over or she calls her brother, Bobby, I told you to stop calling me. It's like it takes you out of it.
Yeah.
Whereas in the original, it's only 15-20 minutes, so everything's like he keeps calling her, he keeps calling her, he keeps calling her. It's like stop calling. It's like I think that if you leave it go any longer, it's like overcooking an egg or overcooking food. It's just it fizzles out.
It's not ideal. It's not realistic.
No, exactly. It's like what you said. You didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
You didn't hear anything.
Actress be babysitting, not my children.
And Mark, real quick. In the original, before she gets there, the kids are dead. So that's the thing. Is that what you said, you're like, how could you not hear it? See, Carol Kane, she's the original. She's like, she didn't hear nothing because nothing happened. The only thing that's happening is he's still in the
I'm not
house.
scared. Like, so you were in the house.
He was in the house the whole time. Whereas when a stranger calls, like, this killer is really trying that whole cat and mouse thing.
Not only that, but they never really explain how he got in the
house and why this house. Like, I feel like everything is a purpose, you know?
Do you know where the house is? It's in the middle of nowhere. So when he hiked her, they didn't see nothing because in the original, it's a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood. He could have parked there and walked in the
That
backyard.
house was very secluded.
Very secluded.
Yeah. And armed, like, it was a rich people's house. That's what, like, how did he want to would have been out, please?
I still don't know how he got in.
That house was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was a little too modern for me, but it was gorgeous.
Like, it was almost made me jump.
It was dark in the middle of the
I'm like worried about the dead maid and the dead maid and the like, you have a baby. You have a maid, and she died in your beautiful garden with your boyfriend.
And this is what we're talking about. It's being out. Here's the tension. There is none because I'm looking at this beautiful Zen garden.
Exactly. Like, there's nothing out of like rich people, bro.
In their defense, they know how to spend their money.
Yeah. Like,
and then there's this
we're gonna throw up the backslash.
You really did not want that to be.
Well, okay, can you get off these quick fiction? Those things cost money.
It's and then it's like it turns out that there was the wife had a child from a previous marriage who had his own guest house in the back. This is in the
so there's a backstory.
Yeah.
And see, that's I feel like there's got to be a purpose. Not essential, but most schools I feel like there's got to be a purpose behind it. It's like.
Yeah, in the original it was he was just an insane he was an insane person who just he had done it before and he was and here it was he had done it before because at the beginning of the movie they're talking about it, right?
Yeah,
he had just killed someone.
Yeah.
But in here it just I think they picked the right actor because he looks menacing.
Yeah.
But it's like what you said, it's like we don't get enough of him.
No.
We don't get enough of him, and you don't really know.
He came in in the car, right? And it's almost like just the way he glared his face. Yeah. And I feel like probably that's a good shot. But I think that would have been still an amazing shot at that point. But like I would have liked to see him more because you don't really. I don't recall seeing him.
You go from barely seeing him to seeing him, I think, too much at the end. Remember when he's racing? Now it's like, wait, are we watching Halloween? Are we watching? Because are we watching the Friday the 13th? Because now he's there following her.
Let's be real. Like she loved those kids in that house, and you're telling me he didn't kill those kids while she was in the house number 2?
She ran across. It makes no sense that he got there sometime before the parents left, and then just
sat in the other house too.
He was.
Yeah.
So he was in the other house when she ran to the other house.
Nothing happened.
And another thing,
it doesn't make sense. You're right, because it doesn't make sense because of the alarm.
Yeah.
So even if he was in the house when they set the alarm, he left.
Yeah.
To go to the other's guest house. And nothing went on.
Unless he knew the code, but then like you would have to be. How would you know the code?
How do you know the code?
Smart. Oh, you're right. Sleeping.
I'm getting upset because we saw
that movie sucked. Yeah.
The actress too, the main actress in that movie, she's very one-dimensional. She doesn't act well.
No.
She's plain face. She doesn't put any emotion into things she says.
And you hear her perspective. I'd be screaming like, "Oh my God, get the kids, get out of here!"
So much high school drama. When I think about Curse, at least if I try to make it kind of fun and funny, and here it's just drama.
Yeah.
It's just drama. It's her best friend got drunk and ran over her boyfriend, and the boyfriend does the classic, "She kissed me!" It's like, oh my God, who wrote this shit? I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's just too much of the drama, and then they it's kind of microphone, and it's like, they make up, and it's like, I'm a bitch, you know that. Give me a hug. It's like, what is this? It's bad. It's bad.
I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't.
I recommend the original.
The original though, I watched
a couple times. Like I feel like it's like a good background noise, like as you said.
Yeah.
Like put it on and I know I'm not gonna really watch it and get into it. I could fall asleep to this, but hear a little bit of screaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes every few years I have to watch it to remind myself how much I hate the movie.
Like nothing's changed, nothing's changed.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
But if you consider videos, obviously I think most of them we said check them out. Also, even if we're telling you not to watch them,
Definitely
watch the trailer, and if you like it, or you like
just look at the clips, see what it is we're talking about. Cassie the Werewolf, right?
Yeah, but maybe you like Camilla Bell, the main actress in so maybe you're like, I like her, I'm gonna watch it. Which is our opinion, but that's I think that's it for this episode.
Let us know your thoughts and what you consider a good horrible or horror movie, and
constantly throw in suggestions of a movie you watch. Possibly if it's mainstream, we've heard about it, but if it's this random gem, please, we also like suggestions like that.
Definitely.
And definitely tell us stuff like that. But
you guys had some good picks too. I definitely like talking about it.
Yeah. And thanks again. We will be coming out with more episodes, so please stay tuned for more.